Hello, and welcome to Oh my god, I'm a music teacher. My name is Vina, and I created this series for those music educators out there in the world. In this video, I'll be going over a few programs that you can use in and outside of your classroom. For each of these programs, I'll be showing a step-by-step process, so it's basic and easy and you can get a head start on it. And I'll also be going over a few pros and cons for each of them. And at the end of the video, there'll be a question for you to answer and comment in the comment section below. If you're not subscribed already, please subscribe and like for more education content. Now, let's begin the video. As an educator, I'm sure you've heard of several types of programs that many teachers use in their daily classroom lives. They use them for homework usage, class usage, and even both at times. And there's many that they have to use now, especially due to COVID. Some examples are YouTube, Zoom, Google Classroom, Blackboard, Google Drive, Schoology, and a lot more. However, as every school and every school district continues to use them at the same time throughout the state and nation, there will be cases, and have been cases, where the programs will quit working or have some kind of technological difficulties where the assignments don't get turned in. Maybe you are a teacher who has experienced this yourself, or seen it happen with your students. So what are some other substitutes that are not as common that can still do the job? Well, there's two I'm going to explain in this video. The first one is Trello, and the second one is called Nearpod. First up, we have Trello. What is Trello? Trello is an online site that's used as an organizational tool, but can also be used for classes. It's pretty similar to Google Classroom, but it does have more customization, and it's easier to use. So, when you create your account, you'll get something like this. Come here to the Create a Board. Now you can name this whatever classroom you have. So I'll just say Class 1, and you can choose different backgrounds. We'll choose that one. And make sure it's team visible. So for those students in your classes, you want them to be able to actually comment, and team visible will make that happen if you give them the invite. So create a board, and you'll be taken to this spot. Now if you don't like the background you like, you can always go in the menu and change background. There's custom, online photos, and colors. So you'll want to create the outline for your class, and you can use the list to do that. So we'll say, welcome. This one can be assignments. This can be discussions. And I'll just add one more, say questions. Obviously they'll put their questions here, and you can answer them in real time. So we'll use this as an example. Every single one of these has an add a card. And for this is mainly for the topic. For questions, it'll be your students' questions. So to move on to the next part, how do I use a card? They'll put that in. You'll see that. You'll click on it, and they'll have like maybe a little bit more description. I am confused. We'll say that. And you can actually comment here, and other students can comment as well. So they'll be like, you can do this, blah, 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 save. And with these comments, you can do a link, you can mention them, or another person. You can do emojis, warning, and then you can make this a card as well, just in case. On the side here, we have members, and this is really great for like group projects, in case you want like a certain people in a group to work together. They can do that on the card and nobody else can. There's labels as well. There's a checklist, so whatever you want the group to do, like do this, do that. Click on them when they're done, and then you can delete them if you want to. You can add a due date as well, and we'll just say it's December 11, 2020. You can do attachment as well, so you can put URLs from YouTube, or you can add Google Drive. and then my favorite part, the cover. And you can do like online search photos or upload, or you can do a color. And I'll just choose green for it. There's other things as well that are explanatory. And then stickers. Stickers are probably the greatest thing ever on this, because especially for younger kids, this is great. High school, you can do it as well. It shows that maybe you liked their comment, or maybe you're questioning their comment, maybe they didn't understand it. Ask them a little bit more about that. It's pretty much a signal from you to them, and like other students can also do it. So we'll just take one of these. What you do is put your cursor over it, click it, and drag. Now there's a lot more to Trello than just this, and if you would like, I can also do another video just on this and explain all the details and everything that goes into it, including the butler and the calendar. But for now, this is the basic steps to working Trello. For Trello, there's a lot of pros and cons equally. For pros, Trello uses real-time updates and notifications. There's also no need for notes because you have everything listed in an organized fashion. It's very user-friendly and anybody can use Trello. It's a platform that lets clinicians comment and collaborate on ongoing work as well. And it helps to distribute the workload evenly. It shares files with your classmates and teachers easily as well. It's very mobile friendly. You can drag and drop interface to move tasks along the progress funnel. The collaboration is great. It makes it very easy to track what everyone is doing, has gotten done, and still has yet to get done. Everything for everyone is displayed clearly in the same place. And customization. It's very flexible, and it makes every class unique, especially with the backgrounds and stickers. Now for the cons. Trello does rely on data and internet, so if you don't have that, you can't use it. It also has limited storage. The free version only allows up to 10 millibytes per upload, which is pretty small. Only simple descriptions can be given, and even though you can do italics, bold letters, and everything, it does take a little bit more effort to do so. It also can't take on too large of projects. Like I said, for the videos, there is a limit. It's also with documents and larger descriptions. And you can't connect with other software to communicate everything. You can't delete lists or cards that are not needed anymore, so you also have that in the way. Even though you can move it to the very far right, it's still in the way. There's limited use of power-ups unless you pay or upgrade your account. There's lots of manual setups, even with Butler. There are also some bugs here and there, but they're not as common. And finally, customer support. They do tend to take a bit of time to reply if you have a question or need help. So it's an on and off thing. Sometimes they do reply very quickly, and sometimes they do not. The second program is called Nearpod. I'm not sure if you already know what this is, but if not, you're in the right place. So Nearpod is used for a lesson plan sort of thing, and you pretty much teach your classroom through this. You can do it over Zoom, you can do it online, and you can do it in class. It's very easy to use, and it's great for any age. So this is your main screen when you log in. Let's go through the step-by-step process of how to create one, and I'm going to keep this very short and very simple. So let's click on Lessons, and it takes you to this. So the good thing is that if you already have like a PowerPoint or a PDF or something that you already made for your classroom, but you want to make it interactive, you can take that and you can actually upload it here. Now let's look at the Add Slide. Here's the Content tab. It gives you a lot of options to use, and we're just going to go to Slide. So here on the right is different kind of themes for your title page, and I'm going to use this blue one. There's different layouts as well. So I'm going to use the title and 2 elements. For this, we'll just say, what is a quarter note? We'll click on the plus here and we'll put text. And you can enlarge it to however large you want the text. So there we go. And then we're going to upload a picture of a quarter note. Boom. Now we're going to save and exit. Save. Now we're going to go back to the add slide. To make it interactive, you're going to want to go into the activities, and you're going to have all these options. And the great part is if you like Flipgrid, you can actually have Flipgrid on here too. We're going to do a draw it activity. And I'm going to say, draw a quarter note. I cannot spell. A quarter note. And you can add a timer, and you can say 30 seconds. Save. And we're just going to add one more slide. Or not one more slide, I'm sorry. One more activity, and that's going to be the collaborative board. What did you learn today? And personally, I like this one because it looks more flattering, but you can choose any of these. Save it. And then save and exit. We're going to name this quarter note. You can do descriptions and grades and subject, but we're not going to do that. Great. Now this is what you have. So you're going to have live participation on Zoom. So if you have an online class that has to be over Zoom, that's great, but you may have to pay a little bit extra for that. You can also do live participation where it's you and the students, and this can be online or in class. And then you have the student paced, which means they do it on their own, but you can still see their results. So we're going to do the live participation. The code will pop up, and the students will log into their Nearpod and put this into the code box. And you can also email it, have a link, Google Classroom, everything, so they can get it. And then you can see if anybody has joined, and if everybody has joined. Since I have nobody doing this with me, there's going to be nobody. And then you can go from there. So what is a quarter note? A quarter note is played and held for one count of the measure and is the most common note length in music. And you can go into depth with that and explain a little bit more to the students, and then you can start activity. And they will draw. I cannot do it because I'm a teacher, but you will see them pop up with their results. And it works great. And then they'll have until the timer is up, and then you go over it. And then finally, they can put what they, what they have learned. I learned blah blah blah, and post. It's simple as that. Now let's look at the pros and cons for Nearpod. So for the pros, Nearpod displays great information and great for lectures. It includes activities for interactive lessons. It keeps the students focused and working hard constantly. And it's very hands-on and in the present. It also provides timely and individual feedback from teacher to student, student to student, and student to teacher. It also allows for the teacher to check for understanding with the entire class and see maybe which individuals need a little bit more assistance if they do. They also motivate low achievers. May not seem like it, but it does, especially those who are more quiet and keep to the back of the classroom. This is a great way for them to voice their opinions. Now for cons. Unfortunately, in Nearpod, you can't assign any homework or have a place to turn it in unless it is Flipgrid, so it's very limited. You also can't tag within the slides. The slide itself has to be one link only, or it doesn't work. And you will have to pay for beta elements such as the live participation and Zoom. There's not much storage space for free users, especially for videos. They do have a limit for how long or how large the file is. And finally, there's no grade book included and is limited to what you can do within the slides, like layouts. Alright, fellow music educators, that does it for this video. Thank you for watching and tuning in. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. And remember, always be spontaneous, be happy, and sing out loud. Till next time, bye!